your ball in the trees and then you live out the putt. But if you've got a little time, then come and spend it with us, 'cause now you're listening to the Rough Cut.
Hello and welcome down to the Rough Cut Golf Podcast, episode 191. And what a different world that we live in since the last time we did this. A world that I didn't realise I would be in which arguably the greatest ever basketball player in the world has created a YouTube golf channel.
Yeah.
What? I have missed this.
How have you missed it? LeBron James has started a golf channel. I feel, have many hurdles to overcome in this space. I can go on forever, but there's particularly, with us being based in the UK, it's very difficult now with the US audience being a lot stronger and the collaborations you can do over there. When you're also having to fight with people who are also the best that they've ever been in any sport ever in the world, and they want to come into our world as well. It's a tricky game to play, but hey, we are happy to have you, LeBron. I will be reaching out very soon.
When did he start this?
This is a couple of days ago, isn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Because it was of his Scotland trip.
Yeah. Which we know that was about a month ago because Carter bumped into him, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. And
it was a video. It was a 3v3 scramble.
Yeah.
The 2016 Cavs 10-year reunion golf scramble. And it's got 1.5 million views.
Yeah.
And it was released one day ago.
So
he's nearly at 500k subs as well.
Really?
Yeah, 458,000.
Jeez.
It's amazing, especially for these type of people. Like, he doesn't need to do this.
There's
no need for this.
Literally.
So, he's either that he loves it that much, which clearly we've seen, on socials and stuff. The fact that he's even spoken about Pete and communicated with Pete on social media is mad enough in itself. I saw a clip as well from it saying his dream 4-ball was Nelly Corder, Bob from Bob Does Sports, and Wes Bryan. That was what he picked as his 4-ball with him.
No way.
That's a guy who's deep into the YouTube world.
Out of all the people you could pick from, and he's gone with them. I mean, Nelly, fair, but Bob would be good comedic value, but then Wes Bryan as well to get. He must be chuffed with that.
That would be a wild ball, by the way.
We've got a lot of other stuff to obviously get into today. We obviously had the first of the FedEx Cup playoff events last week. Scottie Scheffler is still really good at golf. We had some really, really nice sort of English golf news in Jack Whaley winning the US Amateur, which we will touch on very briefly at the end. And then also I've got a fun little game for you guys to play, which we will get onto very shortly. But before we do, obviously, I want to take a little bit of time out of the podcast to say thank you to today's sponsors at NordVPN. Now, they are going to be very useful in the next coming weeks, and especially when I jet off to Croatia in a month, because the Premier League season starts this weekend. It's back already. And my wonderful, mighty team of Ipswich Town have decided to join the forces in the Premier League this year. So I will definitely be using mine. If you don't already have a VPN, if you don't already understand what a VPN is, there's obviously lots of other reasons and ways that you can use it. But what I use it for a lot is when I'm traveling and when I want to make sure that I'm involved in all the sports that are going on around the world. I can use my VPN to put myself back into England and UK and access all of my streaming apps on my devices to be able to do so. But obviously, it's super cheap. That's one of the biggest things as well that's so good about it. But it's great to keep all of your information and security online when you're browsing and buying things and all that kind of stuff. And you can use it to get some nice discounts on some things by dropping yourself in different countries to get cheaper flights and whatnot. So if you haven't already, please go check them out, especially NordVPN. They've been great supporters of the podcast for the last year or so. If you want to take any action with this, and go to www.nordvpn.com/roughcut, and you can get 4 months free when you buy a 2-year plan, which who doesn't like free stuff? So there we go. Scottie Scheffler, he's decided to be good at golf again. Obviously, we had the St. Jude Championship this weekend. He didn't only decide to be really good at golf, he decided to be really, 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 really good at golf and beat everyone by 8 shots.
Yeah. Should have been more as well.
I know. I mean, that's I will maybe touch upon one of the weirder things I've seen on a golf course in shortly, but just some of the top lines of obviously this weekend. So Scottie Scheffler won at 17 under. at the St. Jude Championship, as I mentioned, winning by 8 shots. That has now ended his 203-day winless streak. I don't know how he fell asleep at night for those 203 days. And that is now his 21st PGA Tour win, which I feel like this is a little bit of a throwaway line because I feel like every win is going to be the same. But he's now the 3rd youngest player ever in PGA Tour history to reach 21 wins, behind Tiger Woods and Jack Nicklaus. I feel like he's gonna, like you could, when he wins the 22nd, it's going to be the same thing again. He also tied the course record in his second round with a 61. And yeah, he's just back
really
to
good.
just back to the Scottie Scheffler that we sort of, well, I'd say know and love. Some people don't love, but I think we do love to see someone play outrageously good golf. And I think we even saw that on the final day because it was a tricky final day. There was not that many under par scores. There was a lot of over par rounds. Tommy Fleetwood being one.
Rory McIlroy
being one. He decided to do that multiple times, and I say we will definitely touch on Rory very shortly. But I guess it's probably a very easy, simple question, really. But has Scottie reminded us of why he's the best player in the world?
Yes, but it feels like he's doing it in a different way. I think I'm right in saying that this was the best putting performance of his career from a strokes game perspective. And I don't know how that works in terms of, it's obviously a limited field event, it's 70 players. But still, that's remarkable, given that like he is like historically not a great putter, but he was leading the field day after day after day. I think he gained like 9 shots on the field, which, considering how good everyone is like impossible to do.
Yeah,
Jacob's going to tell me that.
No, I'm going to. No, you're good. You're good. So over the tournament, he gained 2.24 strokes gained putting, which was first in the whole field. In that final round, he gained over 3 strokes. Round 3, over 4. Oh no, sorry, tell a lie. Final round 3 strokes. The third round, he didn't have quite a good putting day, but I can't see. Anyway, that's irrelevant. Over the whole tournament, he had an incredibly strong putting day. Obviously, his approach play and tee to green, we know is, that's his superpower, that's his bread and butter. But when that putter gets going, if it does, then he's hard to stop.
Yeah.
But no, he is such an impressive golfer, and we did our sort of like grading rankings of seasons last week of how we felt it went, and we still gave him an A in over the season. Obviously, even though he hasn't won as much as we expect him to, he has put together what would be an incredible season for a lot of golfers. And doing those results and doing those gradings last week, if we skip forward to maybe in 3 weeks' time, it might probably even be different, and we might be handing out some A stars. So he's just sort of come back to where we really sort of expect him to be. I think there was some other like really strong performances in there as well. Sung Jae Im was one of those who was outside of that peripheral 50 players to get into next week and had a really good week and jumped up. Someone like Jake Knapp, who was involved in those rankings, but after being sort of plagued with injuries all year, had a really good week. Tommy Fleetwood, consistent as always, top 10 finish, into that top 10 of the FedEx Cup standings, obviously building up to his defense at Eastlake. So there's obviously a lot of things going on within, the playoffs and how that's all going to play out. But I think the biggest story for me, outside of Scottie coming back, was Rory. He wasn't Rory McIlroy. It feels like it's been a while since we've sort of really seen this Rory, but I suppose it feels like it's been a while since we've seen him in general because he's just not played much golf at all this year.
The last thing I've seen of Rory is him in Ibiza partying until 6 o'clock in the morning, which is fair, fair enough. But I definitely think that it's. How many shots was it compared to Scottie Scheffler?
So he finished 25 shots behind Scottie Scheffler.
25 shots, and they're world number 1, world number 2, and that's a big difference. I saw I saw an interview of him, and he just looked deflated. He looks tired as well. So I think he's ready to get this season done.
Yes,
and just. I think he's checked out.
Yeah.
I think he's checked out.
I mean, so obviously I'll drop a question to you guys in a moment, but say he obviously finished 66th out of 68 players. For Rory, that's just sort of unheard of. He finished 8 over for the week. after the 4 rounds. As you say, 25 shots behind Scheffler. That interview you've spoken about, he mentioned as saying how he felt lost with his golf swing, and felt admitting to feeling that rust. I think the thing I've always questioned with Rory this year, and you not in a sense of questioning what he's doing, because to say like he doesn't need to really prove anything else much anymore. And I can understand from his perspective, the majors are going to be the main kind of issues of what, or the key focuses of his seasons and how he moves forward. But would you say that this year that the little amount of golf has affected how he's played this year, or do you think he needs to reassess how he's going to go into next season? Does he need to kind of build up that catalogue of competitions again, or are you happy with him just going the way he is?
I guess for him, if you had offered him the season that he's had at the start, he would have just taken it. It's like, you're going to win once at Augusta, and everything else is going to be kind of like just a footnote, really. I think he is kind of swimming in the circles where if he doesn't win a major, then it's like a fail as a year. And I'm pretty sure that he's not hit a shot between the Open and this, like not even in practice, is what I've heard. So in terms of his priorities, it's massively changed. Yes. I reckon if you took the same Rory from 3-4 years ago, it would be night and day, and like he would be grinding to get his game ready for this. But I wonder if there's a little bit of like overconfidence, like, oh, my game will be fine. And realistically, I think he started the week 12th, and after finishing almost dead last, he went down to 13th.
Correct, yeah.
So realistically, he knows I don't really have to do anything. I'm going to get to East Lake regardless. Yeah. So these next 2 events, St. Jude and the BMW, these are tune-up events for me. I'm just going to use this to play myself into form. I think he's just surprised at how far back he is.
Yeah, I'm going to say it was probably a little bit of a shock to the system in how he felt. And to say it's not like, because we're talking about, take Scottie Scheffler off the top of the leaderboard, we're looking at someone who finished 9 under. And I'd say, granted, still a long way back, but because of that significant gap between the two, it makes it seem very extreme. And as I say, like seeing Rory McIlroy shoot 8 over 4 rounds of golf is, almost unheard of. It's to the level of like what you'd not expect even at a US Open venue, let alone around TPC Southwind. So it's definitely one to sort of keep an eye on going into next week. Obviously, BMW Championship, as David mentioned, we've had that next cut of players. So we've obviously gone from that top 70, top 50. Congratulations to Jordan Spieth, who became the first ever golfer on PGA Tour history to not qualify last week and also get knocked out this week. Because I did say that he wasn't in it last week, and he actually was. So apologies.
Always
for
finds
that.
a way. Can't wait to see him next week.
But he was in it with wasn't there like a stat that he was in it where like he's not even had a top 10 finish this year.
Yeah.
Like
he's the only player in the field.
It's not. We mentioned it last week. Like he's had in comparison to previous years, like it's actually semi-good season in that he felt like he's been more in the public eye of like, oh, Jordan Spieth's on the leaderboard and doing okay. And he was even doing okay this week. He was top after day one. Yeah. And had a horrible next 3 days. So it's obviously a shame to not see him through. Max Homer being another one. Shane Lowry didn't make it through. Brian Harmon, Corey Connors, Harris English, Keith Mitchell, and then Jackson Koivun, who I think we can say, you're all right. You're going to have a few more years to have a crack at it. I think you'll be okay. So it's, there's some, obviously, this is now the point of the season where you are cutting it down to those slim numbers. And obviously after this week, we're going to go into the top 30. Like there are some big names that are going to be falling off to the wayside. What with Rory being so sort of horribly out of form, and obviously Scottie coming to the sort of level that he's at now, can you look past anyone from Scottie winning this, or is it just pencil him in? Because he's going to the BMW, he's defending champion at BMW. Yeah. And if he continues to play the way he's playing, you can almost say you can't see anything else. But is that kind of what you would see happening? Or
I think that the great thing about this week and the leaderboard is you can look at it one of 2 ways. One is that the PGA Tour have found a setup that brings all the best players from the FedEx Cup so far over the course of the season, like to the top. Because you had your Wyndham Clarks, you see Woo Kims, like your Tommies, like all of those guys were kind of there and in the mix. Or all of those players have finally worked out how to peak for the right time, and they've all chosen to peak for the time when the money is the highest, and the light is the brightest. I forgot your question.
In terms of obviously Rory, in Rory being like in the form he's in, and Scottie just sort of in his upper trajectory. Is there only a one way looking at this of like he's going to do it? I guess it's a hard question to ask because at the end of the day, anyone can win a golf tournament when they tee it up. Yeah. So but it just with the way that Scottie's played this week in particular.
I've caught my drift again.
Go for it.
It was literally just, it's so hard. I know it's Scottie Scheffler and he's won multiple times over multiple weeks before, but it's so hard to win and then do all the press that comes with it, all the sponsor obligations that come with it. Like you're playing later in the day, you've got to travel later than everyone else as well. You're going to celebrate, even though Scottie says he doesn't celebrate, and go through all of that. And like realistically, I genuinely think winning one of these first two events makes it harder to win the third one.
Yeah, I
would be looking for someone who's playing well, but is not necessarily like in contention. So like again, like a Tommy or a Ludwig or maybe even a Victor or someone like that. Yeah. Someone whose game is peaking for the right time. But like I'd be very surprised if Wyndham Clark isn't in the last couple of groups.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to East Lake, he's just there. He's just been a menace for the last 2-3 months.
Yeah, no, it's one of those, isn't it, as well, is that when we've had a dominant performance as Scottie has done, like winning by 8 shots, like that doesn't happen very often out on the PGA Tour. It is hard to look beyond him because it's such a dominant performance. But you're exactly right, David. Like the mental toll of winning is actually, do you know what? It can take a bit out of you, and it's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be an interesting one.
Obviously, I think if we were speaking about this based on a few years ago with the shots and the strokes being allocated and stuff like that, then obviously that makes it more of a conversation to say like, okay, well, yeah, he's putting himself in a position to just like spread himself out so much further ahead of everyone else. Obviously that changed now going back to just like level playing field. Everyone tees it up at East Lake. The winner is whoever wins over 72 holes of golf.
I prefer that.
I agree. So we had I think we came to some sort of agreement last week that we sort of enjoyed that, but it definitely does need shuffling into another kind of format or a different way of doing it. Obviously, I'd say we've had the cut of from 70 to 50 going into next week. Obviously, I want to look forward to seeing sort of those guys that are on the edge again. I'm going to give you 5 names, and I want you to tell me out of those 5, who do you think would be the most disappointed to not make it to the top 30 if they got cut? So Ricky Fowler is currently 30th in the standings. Aaron Rai is 37th in the standings. Bob McIntyre is 36th in the standings. Justin Thomas is 44th. And Patrick Cantlay is 43rd. So who do you think out of those you would feel would be the most disappointed? Maybe as a base of on the season as a whole, you think they would do better, or just in general, not having that person's name in the top 30 going into East Lake would be a negative on them?
It's hard to look past Aaron Rai just purely because if you're a major champion, and I know that the weighting of FedEx Cup points is a bit different, and majors aren't like heavily weighted in the way that maybe I think they should be. But realistically, I don't think he's necessarily like had any massive drop-offs or anything like that. And like his game, his ball striking especially, has been so good over the course of the season that like if he didn't make it to the top 30, then like that feels like a massive omission because like other than like Ryan Fox, like you've got Wyndham Clark, you've got Rory McIlroy, like they're comfortably going to be in like the top 30. Yeah. It would be nice to have,
all 4 major champions in the
like
top
ideally,
30. His was number 1 for me, and then I don't know, just from like a pull perspective, I would say out of all of those, Justin Thomas.
I agree.
Always great to see him on a golf course. I like watching him play, and draws in a lot of crowd and gives a fight, and I think he'll definitely be fighting this week for to make it to that top 30. So,
and this, I guess that's these playoffs. We always really focus heavily on like the end goal of like who's going to win and all that kind of stuff. But there are those little stories that do play out with every birdie and every bogey and every, that you see those people dropping up and down, and people are going to be going into this week still fighting for their season to continue, which, as you say, all these guys will definitely 100% will be, not only from a wanting to play perspective, but because from a prize pool perspective, like this is where you make your, not that they haven't been able to all year, but this is where you can really make your money. I'm just going to see how many, because
I also do love that Ricky Fowler's in there. Like, I know he's 30. But, I'm just having a look at some of his sort of things, and well, he had 3 cups missed in a row just then. But he's come second in the Truist. T9. He's had a couple of good ones. T8 in the RBC. That's a elevated. But yeah, I was thinking, wow. I mean, he's kind of gone under the radar of.
Well, his 30th, so he'd be the last person to make it, and I think I'm right in saying that Gary Woodland is 31st.
Correct.
So he'd be the first person to miss out.
Yes.
And I think given that, other than Anthony Kim, and that's kind of a live story, not a PGA Tour story, I think Gary Woodland has given us the biggest story of the year.
Yeah,
definitely.
And it would just be great if he could just, do one more like great performance, get through to East Lake, and kind of like celebrate with that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he's gone from not being able to play golf, but obviously this affecting, the rest of his life and the struggles that he's gone through over the last few years, to going and shining again. Like, I feel like it would be the ultimate celebration for him to go the distance.
Yeah, I mean, like winning a PGA Tour event, like coming back, it's just unbelievable. Like, I remember watching that. That was, that's definitely one of the best stories of the year, I think.
Yeah,
definitely.
And that would definitely put a cherry on the cake for him. Yeah.
So I think I'm going to be, watching that battle a lot more than I probably will be like up at the top, unless of course if Tommy is in the mix or something
Naturally.
like that.
I mean, fortunately for Gary, he's only got 2 FedEx Cup points to make to get to 30th. It's very tight. You've got, like you say, you've got a lot of guys like an Alex Lauren, Jake Knapp, Sung Jae Im, all outside that top 30 who had really good weeks this week, finding form at that right kind of time to maybe kind of make that upward trajectory into getting into the top 30. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how it plays out. I just don't see a world in which Scottie doesn't just keep going on and doing what he does. But like you say, it's all you need to do is get to East Lake, be one of them 30 to tee it up on on the Thursday, and then just go and win a golf tournament go and win a lot of money, because boy oh boy do they. Okay, cool. That was I think that was a good little roundup there of sort of what the FedEx Cup standings are right now. I know that win also confirmed Scottie Scheffler in the President's Cup team, like that needed confirming. But yeah, he'll be there. I'm looking forward to the President's Cup this year. I think it's building up to be. I think it's going to be fun. I mentioned at the start of the podcast I wanted to play a game with you guys. I'm sure we have all been down the pub or around with our mates, and you've been having a few beers deep, and someone will say to you, "Would you rather this or this?"
Yeah.
And I thought we could probably find a nice little way to golfify that. So I'm going to give you 2 options here of would you rathers. Some golfy, some also golfy but stupid. And I want you to tell me which one you would go for, and maybe just give me a little reason why as well. So the first one: would you rather make 5 birdies but 5 bogeys, or make 18 pars to shoot level?
5 birdies, 5 bogeys. Yeah,
Okay.
100%. Like,
Wait, so this would be like a perfect round of 18 pars?
You're gonna finish level par, and you either shoot 18 pars to do it, or you make 5 birdies and 5, but you make 5 bogeys as well to level it off.
I'm going to be really dull and go for the 18 pars.
I
I think that
I think that's more interesting in a weird way.
I think that's harder somehow.
yeah.
Yeah, true.
It is because there's like, you're going to be a good enough golfer that like you're going to be having a few birdie chances. You're probably going to have a couple of like 5-6 footers for birdie, and it's to break an 8 par streak. You're on an 8 par streak, and you've got a chance to do it. Like, and then you've missed it. It probably is. It becomes a frustrating day. Do you know what I mean? At the same time, where you probably think that
I feel like the 18 par scorecard you would keep more.
Oh
than
yeah,
the,
that's
like,
very
yeah,
true.
yeah.
That's very true. Yeah,
You would,
yeah.
if you shot like a 65, then you'd keep your 65. But like if you had the physical thing, say like I have 8, so that's what I would go the 18.
Yeah.
I think if I had the choice.
Yeah.
But then like you say, like to make 5 birdies in a round is good going. So
My question on that scorecard is that like I'd have that in the back of my head. It's like, oh my gosh, this is rarefied air. No one ever does this.
yeah.
If you had gotten 17 pars and then you had like a very makeable birdie putt, would there be a small,
little bit of-
small part of you that
Probably.
just lag it?
Yeah.
Probably. But then again, I guess for me, if on the 18 I had a 5-footer for birdie, I've got a choice here of if it was like tomorrow, I'm either making 18 pars or it's the first time I've ever broken under par.
Yeah.
So it's
Fair
like,
enough.
which one do you
Oh yeah.
which one do you go for? But I think you've got to try and make it for sure. But the 18 pars is definitely cool. The Faldo scorecard.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and jump around a little bit so it's a little bit of fun, a little bit of thingy. So would you rather win one major and that's it, or would you rather have 20 PGA Tour wins?
Do I get to pick the major?
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah, go on. You can have the major.
Because I think if it's, I was going to say no disrespect, but obvious disrespect to the PGA Championship. If it was that, then it would be a bit tougher. But if it was any of the other three, I'd go for the
Taking the major?
Because people will remember who won, the US Open in 30 years. They might not remember who won, the Rocket in 30 years.
Okay.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
Even taking into account that you could collect all the big,
you
win
could
the Players, win
win
the
the-
Arnold Palmer, winning RBC. Like you've got some big tournaments.
No, because then I would be the best player not to win a major.
Yeah,
and I don't want to be part of that conversation.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's got Tommy's name all over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather shoot 72 every round, or shoot 62 once a month, but terrible all the other times?
Probably the 72 for me, because you know it's not going to be 18 pars in a row every time. You're going to have an up and down round, and I think it would be so frustrating if you've shot the lights out at 62, but then for the rest of the time you're playing golf that month, it's just nothing like it. Like I like a little bit of consistency.
Yeah.
I like the consistency.
I
of
think
it.
that's the biggest buzzword of any golfer when you
Yeah.
go to a lesson or anything like that. Just I want to be more consistent.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So this is giving you that opportunity to be
Yeah.
consistent.
I would love to go to like a fancy golf club and like not really worry about it too much and just know that like, you know what, this first tee shot, wherever it goes, I'm still going to shoot par.
Yeah, exactly. Because like, imagine if you've already had your 62, and then you're playing like I don't know, you're playing Sunningdale Old, you're playing some other amazing courses that you imagine you've just got lined up that week, or if you're on a golf trip or something like that, and you're like, oh, I'm going to play.
I'm going to play. Yeah,
I'm going to play crap.
Yeah, true.
Whereas you can
Or
go on a golf.
vice versa.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know you're going to do well.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. It's like last round of the month. You're like, oh right, this is it. This is it. It's so. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of like both, but yeah.
No, yeah. Okay.
72.
Would you rather have to pay £100 every time you hit the ball into the water, or if you don't, you have to go and retrieve it yourself?
Well, like I've got to.
You got to get in the water and
like
go get it.
strip off and jump in.
You got to go get it. You got to go find it, or you just got to pay £100. This will give a good insight into what your current finance situation.
I've just got to weigh it up here, right?
Yeah. You'd have to-
£100 is
I'd have to change the price speaking to different people, I think.
Yeah.
I think Pete would pay the £100.
yeah.
I'm jumping in.
You're jumping in?
Yeah, I think I'm jumping in. I'm
It's
jumping
like,
in.
Wait.
Yeah.
Like, what if I hit it in the sea?
Well, yeah,
Do I have
true.
to dive into the sea?
Go on, yeah.
Yeah, any water.
Just let the
Get the current take you out. Yeah.
Little streams,
Yeah.
sea, ponds, whatever. You're in.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm
jumping
in.
At the end of the day, you're going to come out with more golf balls as well.
Yeah.
So you might get
Yeah.
could make a bit of that. Okay. I think this is a classic, but most people, would you rather drive it 300 yards, but you'd never hit the fairway, or would you drive it 230 yards and you'd always hit the fairway?
If I hit it 230 yards and always hit the fairway, I would be my dad. And he might be listening to this, so I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what? It would be nice to have a stress-free, and just think like I could just work on my irons now. Just not worry about it.
That is very true. That is very, very true. I will also go for the 230 as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll also go for that. Because then you get really good beer irons, like you said.
I do think I agree, because I feel like that's where I'm trying to get to.
Yes.
It's just to be 230 and hit the fairway.
Hit the fairway, yeah.
And the game is so much more fun when you do that. When you can get on a tee box and you can kind of get it down there, and you're not having to take one shot to hit it out the trees or one like to get to that extra. I think that was always my like thing that I just couldn't get away from. It's just like every now and then having those drivable holes where you just hit it in the trees, or you hit it this and you got to take one shot to get it out, and it takes you immediately I've got to make a bogey. It's like you can't even take into pars. So I think I'd definitely agree on that one.
I feel like if you hit it 300 yards into the rough or the trees all the time, and someone was like, "Oh, what was the course like?" You'd be like, "Oh, I just don't know." You've not played the course.
No,
realistically, you've just played driving range.
Yes.
Would you rather lose 5 golf balls every round, or would you rather 3-putt 5 times every round?
5 golf balls. 5 golf balls. 3-putt.
Is that because you do that already?
3-putting is really,
Horrible,
really,
isn't it?
really, really annoying.
Yeah.
I'd take the 3 putts.
Okay.
Yeah. Because
From a financial standpoint.
yeah. Well, I mean, I lose 5 balls every round anyway, so it'd be nice to like fresh
Flip it up
things
a
up.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I struggled on this one because my original thought was, 3-putt. But I'm with you. The 3-putt is the most stinkiest. Like, it stings.
Yeah,
I hate
really
3-putting.
stings.
Whereas I'm assuming losing 5 balls, it's like, say, like you've either a 3 off the tee, you've hit it in the water and you can't get it back, all that kind of stuff. And obviously you're dropping a shot. So it kind of is somewhat similar. You're dropping a shot when you 3-putt. So, yeah, I think I'll go through. No, I think I'll go lose golf balls, actually. Because I'd say I hate a 3-putt.
Hate a
3-putt.
Wow.
Would you rather never be able to use a tee peg or never to be able to use a golf glove?
Oh. I've tried playing without a golf glove, and I'm terrible at it.
Okay.
Like, especially in the summer months when like it's getting a bit sweaty and you're putting on sun cream and all that kind of stuff. So yeah.
How's your DOD? Now you've got no tee peg.
I guess we'll find. Is it a bit of practice? I'm sure it'll be fine. I mean, it's pretty terrible without the tee.
To be
With the
fair, the more I thought about this one, the more I felt it was more obvious that it was like I'd need to use a golf glove because you could just Laura Davis it and just like whack.
Yeah.
the
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So you can get away with it a little bit more. And I mean, Kieran, I feel like you would definitely be the golf glove now.
Well, yeah, as someone who's
You've
like,
got 2 of them.
mate, who's someone who's using 2 gloves, like, yeah,
Have to be.
It would have to be. Yeah. No, I've
Because the tee peg, like obviously the tee peg element of it really is obviously in the name. Off the tee box, you're using it.
Yeah.
But you can get away with putting a 3-wood. Like you could throw the ball on the floor and hit a 3-wood if you really didn't want to hit driver. You could hit irons off the floor fine. There's no really other use for it. Golf gloves, like I say, whenever I go to like a driving range or we go to like a Top Golf or anything like that, and it's just like a bit of fun hitting ball, I still can't do because my hand. I'm such a clammy, sweaty man.
Yeah,
like my
yeah.
hands, I can't hold on to golf gloves, clubs. So I need a glove.
try out the double glove, mate.
I think I might
try out the double glove.
I honestly think I might.
I've it's something that.
But you've gone double glove, and you've gone double glove like waterproof glove. As well.
Waterproof double glove, like proper Aaron Riot. Like it's
Next time I play, I'll give it a go.
It's been
because I do think it does feel like it's something I could probably get behind.
Yeah,
I'm not going to lie.
It's massively helped me, and I feel so much more confident. So it's just
Okay.
It's something to try.
Okay.
Something to try.
2 more. Would you rather have unlimited access to every single golf course in the world, so you could ring them up and go and walk on tomorrow anywhere you want, or I give you £1 million right now?
It's the finances thing again.
Any golf course for like ever.
Ever. Or I'll give you £1 million.
God.
Can I kind of start booking tee times at Augusta and start selling them for £1 million a pop?
No, you can't give them to anyone. They're for you only. You only have the access. But you can go to any golf club, any day, any time of the year, anywhere in the world. Or I give you £1 million.
That's really tough.
That's a great question.
Wait, so can I book myself in like with a four-ball so I can take people with me, but I can't just give it to other people?
Now you're asking.
It's like, am I destined to walk the links alone?
Just you.
Okay.
Just
Has
you.
to be you,
Just
right?
you.
That's rough. I'm going to take the money. I'm going to grab the cash.
Deal or no deal?
Oh.
Yeah, I think if you could bring one or two other, I would
Consider it.
I would definitely. I think I would definitely take any golf course in the world.
Okay.
But I think I'm going to take the money. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I know there'll be we could go on a couple of trips.
And yeah, you can use that money
Exactly.
to buy it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then use that money on other things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And then the final one, if you don't know what this is, I'm not giving you a demonstration, but I can explain it to you. When you finish on the green and you then go to the next tee box, you have to crab walk. Do you know how to crab walk?
Yeah.
Or
No, please show me.
do you know what crab walk is?
Yeah.
Or when you've left the tee and then you go down the fairways to the green, you have to moonwalk the whole way.
It's got to be crab walk. Yeah, it's got to be crab walk.
The distance between the green to the tee box is probably going to be shorter. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's not. Sometimes it's a longer way. And a crab walk will be more physically exerting than doing the moonwalk. But then for a moonwalk, you're doing that out down basically from the tee box to the green on
Yeah.
every hole.
Yeah.
It's a lot of moonwalking.
But in this situation, am I good at moonwalking?
No, it's how you moonwalk right now.
Oh,
it's how
right.
you crab walk and moonwalk right now.
Okay. No, I'm Zoidberging it. I'm making all the noises as well.
Yeah, you want at like some old links golf courses, like you're fine because you're going to be walking about 30. You're crab walking for about 2 seconds, and you're there.
Yeah.
On some other holes, like I'm thinking like Trump International.
Yeah,
you imagine like
yeah,
going up
yeah.
the hills, like crab walking it.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. That was fun. I think that was. I think
last-
it was well worth the time.
I like that.
I'm going to
I
be
like
thinking about that last one for some
that.
time.
Yeah.
Crab walk or moonwalk? Okay.
Crab walk to the car.
Yeah.
Drive up
Because
like
then
a
you'd be
crab.
like moonwalking backwards, so you wouldn't really see much of the.
No, you wouldn't.
So like,
And also, there's just people going to be walking, and you're just going backwards the whole time. You're like, what the? I mean, obviously, people are looking at you when you get down on all fours to crab walk, but at least you don't have to do it for as long. At least you might be really good at moonwalking by the end of the year.
yeah, very true.
Your handicap won't come down, but boy, can he moonwalk. David, do you want to play golf this weekend? Oh, no, I can't. I'm a Michael Jackson tribute act now. I can't. I've got a gig.
I'm now a millionaire.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got £1 million, but I can't play many golf balls.
Yeah.
But I'm also really good at moonwalking.
Also, I'm not allowed to use teas, and you're not allowed to ask me why.
Yeah.
For all the money I've saved. No, thank you for that. That was good. One of the stories I think of this week that, well, particularly from our perspective of being proud Englishmen, seeing one of our own winning the US Amateur, which feels like a wonderful get back for the many years of the Americans winning the Open over here over the last couple of years. Thank you, Ryan Fox, for ebbing that flow. So yeah, Jack Whaley, he became the third Englishman to win the US Amateur at Merion. And also only the second Englishman this century, obviously following in the footsteps of Matt Fitzpatrick, who we all know when he won the US Amateur, then what he did at the same golf course. So maybe find out when Merion is going to be hosting
I think it's soon.
it's quite
isn't
soon.
it?
Yeah, I think it might be quite soon. I mean, also Merion as well is becoming a little bit of a stomping ground for Englishmen as well. Obviously, Justin Rose in 2013 winning the US Open. There also must be something about the water in South Yorkshire because Jack Whaley is from Doncaster and obviously Matt is from Sheffield.
Yeah.
So I think Jack plays out of Rotherham Golf Club, I believe. But yeah, I mean, always great to see someone non-American winning a US Amateur.
Yeah,
2030.
2030. There we go.
2030.
It's just around the corner.
That kind of sort of timeline makes sense because he's only 22. I think obviously he's only starting at the beginning of his golf career. This is going to be massive for him moving forward, and I'll explain why in a moment. But give him 4 years. I think a US Open. Is it US Open? Yeah. US Open at Merion. He can follow up with Matt. I'm sure.
They've got like all of the courses. Like,
From like
till 2051.
Yeah, crazy, isn't it?
That's mental.
They're well prepared.
They are very well prepared.
Though it does mean that like it takes a lot for there to be like change. Like you see a lot of the same golf courses.
Yeah, that's very true.
They do have a few gaps to fill, I think, but only like a lot later on, like in the 2040 kind of year time.
Will Jack Whaley still be playing then?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's mental. Wow.
Well,
Fair play.
Well, even more so, I think this was probably the best year for a while to win it. Because not only winning it is going to, probably put his career on a massive upward trajectory from where he is now. I mean, he was only 90th in the amateur rankings, so he wasn't even really in the fold, I don't think, for thinking about being there. Obviously think about someone like Tyler Weaver, who we played with at the start of the year, who's, 6th, 7th or something like that, but he's been horribly plagued by injury since then, which has been a shame. But he is his teammate at Florida State, actually, so Tyler. So anyway... So his win obviously gets him into the Masters.
That's
amazing.
Crazy.
Gets him into the US Open at Pebble.
Yeah.
And then gets him into the Open at St Andrews.
That's mad.
Yeah.
How good is that? And he doesn't even need to worry about the PGA Championship because who cares? But that three is unbelievable.
That
Augusta,
so
Pebble,
cool.
St Andrews, all in the majors in 1 year for winning this.
What a year to win it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he was, like, he didn't come into this necessarily as like a tip favourite. It was very much an underdog, say 90th in the rankings. He defeated American, I think it was Jay Leng Jr., 4-3. Jack also had his dad on the bag as well. So there's like another homage to Matt and having his brother on the bag, having a family member there.
Yeah.
And he originally, I don't think, was kind of, well, I assume not, in the plans of getting picked for the Walker Cup, which is next month at Lahinch. Yeah. I assume now he will be playing at Lahinch.
Yeah.
And so, that's obviously like from one win, it's going to be, it's completely changing for him, especially like going into next year and then also in the next month. I will say, did you see on the USGA's Twitter account? I don't know if you did it for I think the Walker Cup as well a couple of years ago, and then they've done it for a few other events where they do those like social matches. So they will film the match going on and put like traces on the videos and stuff like that from within the actual. They do them quite well actually, and they did one from like the morning match because it was 36 holes of the final, so obviously in the morning and afternoon. They put up a video of their match, and I don't think I've ever seen a match of two contradicting golf swings as much as Jack and Jay.
Really?
And this, honestly, so say if you
what's it on USGA?
It's on the USGA website. So
this.
Yes, it'll probably be that. So
okay, sure.
Jay Lang is like quite like Jack's is very like really, really strong, like straight out of the like book of what the golf swing should look like. Yeah. And then like Leng's is like very sort of languid, very thingy. There's another one. I don't know if there's another like version of this match, but it's very Scotty. Like that Jay Leng is like flinging his legs around and all that. He like claws it when he putts, whereas the other guys a lot. Yeah, this is the one.
That's an unreal golf swing.
Really good golf swing. And then like watch this guy, like proper like languid arms and stuff.
Leng's really trying to control it like through impact.
Yeah, it just shows you how like different you can hit a golf ball and still be really good.
That is a lovely swing.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Tell you what, this is going to be a great Walker Cup, isn't it?
Oh yeah, because the American team. This has maybe been going a little bit of a tangent, but like we might as well. The American team is basically confirmed, and it's let's have a look. So Ethan Fang, who's played in majors already. You got Miles Russell, who obviously we've seen. Preston Stout, also played in majors. Tyler Watts, who Pete played against at the Q at Myrtle Beach.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
And then you've got that Jay Lang Jr. is now in. Ryder Cowan, who was like leading the US or PGA, whichever one it was, for a bit of time. Josiah Gilbert, William Jennings, and Kihei Akina. Not one I'm with. And then that Stuart Hagestad, who's the guy who's like 35.
No intention of turning pro.
No intention of turning pro. But
Really?
but he's like really good at golf. And then I think with our team, because we've still got the it's GBI, isn't it? We've got like to do the pick still. And I believe that Tyler's in it.
Poulter?
Luke Poulter's in it. Elliot Baker, Niall Shields Donegan, and Stuart Grennan, who was the guy who won the amateur championship. They're in. So there's 4 or 5 picks basically to come, but we don't know what's happening with Tyler because he literally hasn't played. I don't even know if he's fit enough. So, but I would imagine that Jack's going to be one of the picks.
Yeah.
And like I say, we've waxed lyrically about the golf courses that they're playing on the Walker, Cup things. They're so good.
The Hinch, the Cypress Point. That was the last one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think this is why Hagestad isn't turning pro anytime soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got La Hinch, Bandon Dunes, Prince's, Oakmont, Chicago Golf Club, National Golf Links of America, Pine Valley, Cypress Point, Seminole. So obviously, in typical American fashion, they're already blocked up till 2052. We need to announce ours. Where are we up to? 2030. We've not quite got ahead of the game yet, but I mean, La Hinch is going to be great.
Yeah.
Looking forward to watching that. Congrats to Jack for winning that because, I mean, like I say, that one win, obviously just the win by itself is incredibly impressive. And like you say, to be so low in the rankings obviously shows you the depth of quality in the amateur, but I guess college golf world. But then, like you say, the stuff that he's now going to get off the back of that, they're genuine. Like I think we said, but I don't think there genuinely is a better year to have done it with the Masters, Pebble, and St Andrews. Like it's just such a strong
like flagship events, like flagship courses.
Yeah.
You know, like
it's just amazing. So again, and it's always great to see an Englishman beat the Americans. So we'll take that.
He was double gloving it as well.
Was he?
Well, I think it was more to do with the rain than anything else.
The last, I think, like the back nines, like it was, it got a bit down. It did get a bit wet,
right?
Because he was 2 down. I think he was 2 down after 9 in the morning, and then he just sort of like made his long old claw back to win 4 and 3. So it's good to see. Like it's always nice to see another Englishman. And then there was in the I'm just going to double check this. In the US women's amateur, I'm pretty sure the winner was 17. I might be wrong, but asterisk tally. Yeah.
Which again, great name.
She 17-year-old earned her second USGA title before even leaving high school. And not only did she win, she beat Anna Iwanga from Japan. She beat her 8 and 6.
Oh my God.
She's 17.
Seems to be I think we discussed it recently. It's a thing in the women's game. Like there's just some like incredible amateurs that come through like far too young, basically.
She's not even in college.
Insane.
But she was the runner-up at the Augusta National Women's Amateur in 2015. So she's been good at golf for more years than that. So So again, actually the more and more every year when they sing, I kind of wish it was on telly a bit more. Yeah. I think I would actually be quite interested to see it, especially if there was like young English players like against the Americans. I think I would be more inclined to want to like see what's going on.
In America it is, isn't it?
Yeah,
in America,
I think
it's way more
on Golf Channel they'll have it going on. But
whereas for us to access that is a little bit more difficult. Yeah. I find amazing like the whole, I mean, just the college thing in general of America, but you know, the college stuff, the college golf is just unbelievable. And like, you know, how, the course they get to, the facilities they do, and the fact that it's so well followed with, you know, in the country, it's fantastic. I wish we did it.
Yeah.
Europe as a whole as well. I wish we did it here.
Tyler Weaver is now second in the World Golf Amateur ranking.
No way.
Yeah.
God, we need to change that in the old title, I reckon.
Yeah.
In the Wagger.
Is he actually?
Yeah. Preston Stout is one, I guess, because Jackson Coyvin's not amateur anymore, so he's gone.
There'll probably be more than that, wouldn't there? That have
They're probably probably.
Wow.
So Preston Stout is one, Tyler Weaver's two, Tyler Watts is three, Miles Russell's four, William Jennings is five, Luke Poulter is six.
That's so cool.
Again, this is going to be great Walker Cup.
Yeah.
So good.
Luke Poulter. Yeah, that's
cool, isn't
that's so cool. And he has an unbelievable Tyler Weaver's very similar golf swings as well. I don't know if that's
Florida State coach is getting his
Florida State coach is just getting in on that.
He's moulding, he's creating.
Yeah, quite a similar looking thing there. But wow.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Well, that is pretty much everything I've got down for us to chat about today. We've got Head Pro. Head Pro series started yesterday. So that first episode of that was out from Scotland, and then from every Monday onwards from now, we've got 5 episodes coming out. So it'll be Northern Ireland Ardglass next week on Monday. The week after that will be Lucan, Ireland. Then you've got Abergele in Wales, and then finishing at Newark in England. So that's all what's coming out on the main YouTube channel. Very much a labour of love, that series for us. Like it was a lot of fun doing it. A lot of fun just like filming it and having the whole thing done and everything like that. And to say like the editing process now has been great, and we're really looking forward to you guys seeing those videos. So hopefully you enjoyed them as much as we like making them.
Yeah.
And I think just year on year, we just want to keep seeing it go to the next level. I think we can all agree that, well, especially with Scotland, you'll see in the first video, like the turnouts this year were incredible.
Yeah.
So if you are one of those who listened and have also come out to watch one of those matches, thank you very much. A little kind of final sort of ask is, if you aren't already and if you want to be a member of the Rough Cut Golf podcast, if you go down below and click to join the channel, there's a members video that comes out every week where we guys just have a little sit down before we record this main episode and have a little bit of chat about a little bit more about us, but also other things that are going on in the world of golf. We have some exciting movements, which I think David's going to show us shortly in regards to some more rebranding and making the podcast nice and shiny once again. And hopefully that will be followed up by Pete releasing some money and allowing us to change some things in here as well. But yeah, so there's a lot of really exciting things coming. YouTube channel as well. Some really fun trips coming in the back end of the year as well. So all the content and things that are coming very, very soon. Make sure, if you aren't already, I'm sure you are, but go over to the Peter Finch Golf channel, which is, if you didn't know, that is actually what we do. If you only know us from the Rough Cut Golf podcast. So yeah, have you guys got anything else to add? Any more?
I think that's it. No. Yeah.
Nothing that anyone needs to know.
No.
All good. Well, thank you for joining me today.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kieran. Thank you, David.
Very much.
Thank you, Jacob.
I think we've had a nice little roundup. Sam, you all right there, mate? You all good? Okay. Right. We will love you and leave you then. See you guys. See you next week.
See you later.
See ya. Bye.